Good morning, my friends. It is Sunday morning, and we went to church last night, so we can have a lazy Sunday morning. But, oh, the sun is bright today. I wanted to jump out of bed and get a chore started today, and I thought I would show you what I'm doing. Have you ever heard of laundry stripping? I read about it for the first time a couple months ago and thought I really need to do that to our workout clothes because they're probably disgusting. And I never did anything about it. And then the other day, I went to hug Doug, I guess, when he had on his workout shirt. I'm like, oh man, that shirt stinks. He's like, well, it's my workout shirt. I'm like, yeah, but I noticed that, like, even after I wash it, it doesn't smell good right away. Like, as soon as he wears it, it smells really bad before he even works out. Sometimes that happens with towels, especially in the summer. So I found out about this laundry stripping, and I've been wanting to do it and haven't. This morning I said, that's it, I am doing it. So I thought I would show you the before and after, show you if it worked, all that. So I'm going to turn you around. Well, let me just tell you first what I have. The bathtub about a third of the way full with hot water. To that, I'm going to add a half a cup of powdered Tide laundry detergent, a quarter cup of Arm & Hammer laundry booster, and a quarter cup of borax. I'm going to mix that all together and throw the clothes in, and we'll see. The pictures I've seen on, YouTube and on, what's it called? Instagram and all have been disgusting after. So we will see. But I'm going to show you the before and I'm going to show you the after, and we'll see if it works. So let me turn you around and I'll show you the before water. So there is the water before. The soap and the laundry booster and the borax are in there. It's totally clean and clear. It doesn't really look it, but I promise it is. It doesn't look it on camera. I think because it's cloudy because of the soap and stuff that's in it. So I'm going to put the clothes in, and you let them go 6 to 8 hours, and you stir them every hour. So we'll check back during the day to see what's going on. So the laundry is looking, oh my word, yeah. Wait till you see it. It pretty much started working immediately when I put the workout clothes in, and I don't know if I'm excited or disgusted or a little bit of both. But anyway, I'm having some breakfast. It was supposed to be breakfast pizza casserole, but yeah, Doug was really hungry and didn't want to wait for the dough to rise and all that, so I'm just going to bump that to tomorrow. So I am having an egg scramble. It just has some of my fried peppers in it. 0 points on purple and blue, 4 points on green, Canadian bacon for 1 point, and then a 2-ingredient dough bagel for 3 points. And I have a tiny slathering of cream cheese on one half and a tiny slathering of light butter on the other half. So this is 3 points on blue and purple and 4 on green. So my breakfast altogether is 4 points on blue, 4 points on purple, and 8 points on green. Here is the water after about 45 minutes to an hour. It's definitely gray and dingy looking, so it must be working. Yes, I am still not showered, shampooed, and shined. I have been working my little behind off all morning. And I have this lovely huge zit on my chin, right smack in the middle. Isn't that lovely? I'm 52 years old. Why am I still getting a zit every now and then? Anyway, I have been working on some new printables for my... I told you guys that I have always followed Fly Lady. And over time, my routines have changed. We don't have toys to declutter anymore. We don't have those kind of things to do. Somebody's walking down the street. You can hear Aria. Aria, come here, baby. So, they've evolved over time. And they've even evolved since the last time I wrote out all of my routines and my cleaning schedule and stuff. So today I sat and redid all of those. I don't know if did I mention? I follow a couple on YouTube. And one that I really like is Steph from The Secret Slob. She's really good, really down to earth. And she's got a lot of stuff doesn't apply to me, but it still can apply to my house. And she had some really cool printables, and I like them. They didn't mesh for what I needed. So I kind of used her pattern a little bit, and I created my own this morning. I am going to try to get them up on my website in the next week or two. I'm just fine tuning a little bit, and it takes me a little bit of time because I have to make them PDFs, and you have to upload as a JPEG and a PDF, and it just takes some time. So I'm hoping some night this week when I'm just sitting around doing nothing, I can get those up if anybody's interested in those. I think I'm really, really going to like them. And I also wanted to give you an update on the laundry stripping. Please don't judge me. I'm really a neat, clean person. I really am. And I'm going to tell you right now, the video and the pictures does not do it justice, because I just took a picture to send to my niece, and I'm going, gosh, it doesn't even look in the picture as black as the water is in real life. Oh my gosh. I am mortified. But I always say that my channel is real life. And this is real life. Like, I never knew to do this. I mean, I used to wash our workout clothes in detergent and baking soda and vinegar and stuff like that, you know, in hot water. This is unbelievable. So let me turn you around and show you. Like I said, though, guys, what you see in the video, times it by 10, because it is crazy. So there it is. Look at that water. Oh my goodness. This is how many hours? This is 4 hours. They say to do it 6 to 8. So I'm going to leave it sit here because it's not hurting anything. But you see what it looks like? Honestly, times it by 10. And that's really, really how dark it is. I'm trying to see if that helps any. Oh, I am so excited to get these out of here and wash them and just see what happens. I really am. So if you've never tried this and you have some stinky workout clothes, I would definitely recommend trying it. Or a lot of people said that they use it for their husband's undershirts, because, you know, undershirts kind of get yucky. And I think I'm going to try my towels too. So yeah, we'll see the finished product. So I was hoping to have a Sew With Me Saturday up today on Sunday. And I was sewing along and recording, and then a part on my sewing machine broke. Yeah, I tried to do something I shouldn't have done. I tried to sew a little too thick. I was actually sewing something else, not the Sew With Me Saturday apron. And the fabric got stuck, and when I went to unstick it, I think I was a little heavy-handed, and I broke my bobbin holder, like the whole mechanism. I think that's what's wrong. So I ordered a new one yesterday afternoon. It already came today. I ordered it from Amazon. So I have yet to put it in to see if that was the trouble, because I've been trying to get other stuff down. And once I sit down at the sewing machine, it's like a black hole. Like, some people are like that with like Pinterest or Instagram. Well, I'm like that with crafts and sewing. So I haven't sat down to see if it worked yet. I'm really hoping it does, because I really want to finish. Number one, I still have to finish Denise's birthday present. I'm a little bit late on that. That's a whole nother story. I want to finish that, and I also want to finish filming my Sew With Me. But you know what? I'm not going to rush it. We'll just have it for next Saturday. That'll work. So yeah, just keep your fingers crossed that the part is what I needed and that it works. If not, I am at a complete loss, and I'm going to have to take my sewing machine into the sewing machine hospital and have them look at it, because I'm clueless at this point, but I am really, really sad. So yeah, but I am just, like I said, sitting here trying to get a few things done. I had some online research I needed to do. Doug has my kitchen sink ripped apart. We have a whole house filtration system for our water, our drinking water, and the tap, I guess you call it, has been leaking for the last month, and it's been getting on my nerves. and it finally got on Doug's nerves enough that he went to replace it today. So he ripped that out. So everything's out from under the sink, which is great because my next decluttering mission was to clean out under my sink. So as soon as he gets back, he looked at Home Depot and they didn't have any. The one they had, he said, was really cheap and he didn't like it. So he's going to Lowe's. And if he doesn't find anything there, he'll have to order it online. So yeah. So I'm going to put my under the kitchen sink back together when he's done. And I'm really going to try some different organization down there. We have a corner sink, so it's a corner cabinet. So it's very, very deep. And we've got the whole house filter in there. We've got the dishwasher tubes and wires in there. We've got the garbage disposal hanging down. So it's just a really bad space for organization. So we're going to try mounting a shelf in there to see if maybe that'll help. I'm going to declutter a little bit under there and, you know, see what I truly need. I don't know. We'll see. But that's on my list today. We really try not to do a whole lot of work on Sundays. We try to use it as a day of rest. It doesn't always happen because honestly, there's only 2 days in a weekend. But we try to do, if we are doing any kind of work stuff, we try to do stuff that we enjoy. And like Doug loves tinkering. That's why he's messing with that. He's also going to install a new faucet in our master bathroom. But he enjoys that kind of stuff. He enjoys tinkering. He enjoys building, stuff like that. And like I said, I've been working on my new printables. I'm thrilled with the way they came out. I really think they're going to be perfect for me to keep me on track with keeping my house up, my housework up and together. It's really easy to let things slide and, you know, I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm a list girl, and that's what I need. I need lists. I need checklists. I need to-do lists. I need to check things off. That's just my personality. So I think this will be good for me. What else? Can you believe the water in that bathtub? I am mortified. But I guess it's a good thing, right? I mean, who would have thought? So that'll be done. I'm probably going to give it like another hour or two, and then I'm going to wash that stuff. And I'm really anxious to see like over the next week, and after like we wear it and wash it again, you know, if the odors and everything stay out of it like it's supposed to. But let me tell you, just seeing what came out of it, it's got to be an improvement. So I'm anxious to do my towels. They're going to be harder though because they're so thick and heavy. I might have to do like 3 at a time and figure out a way to mark them. Like maybe use a Sharpie on the tag. I don't know. But I'm just rambling because I always feel like you guys are just sitting here in my family room with me chit-chatting. I really do. And I like that. But sometimes I just, you know. Anyway, I've got my little buddy on my lap. Say hi, Malsey. He has been all over me today. I'm not sure what his deal is, because usually he's all over Doug, but he is all over me today. I think he's hungry, so we'll see. Anyway, I will be back. I'm getting a little bit hungry, but I'm waiting for Doug to come home to make lunch. We need to use up, I have some fresh mozzarella that we need to use up. So I'm going to make a nice caprese salad for that. So we'll see. Finally getting around to eating lunch. And lunch today is caprese salad, fresh from the garden tomatoes, fresh from the garden basil, both 0 points. I have 0 points worth of balsamic glaze on there. And I have 1 ounce of fresh mozzarella, and that is 3 points. And then I have 1 slice of leftover pizza from last night. I'm going to give that 2 points. And my lunch is 5 points on all plans, actually. I think maybe 6 on green because of the chicken on the pizza. So 5 points on blue and purple and 6 points on green. Okay, they are done. And like I said, the water is much darker in person than it is on video. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I am going to take these out. I want to see the water without the clothes in it. Normally it would be easier just to drain the tub, but I'm going to take them out. I'm going to put them in a basket that I have lined with towels just to curb any mess. And I'm going to get these in the washing machine. So let's see what it looks like. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is all the dirt that was in our workout clothes. I don't know if I'm in awe or if I'm embarrassed or a little bit of both. I cannot wait to do my sheets and my towels. Now I'm going to go throw the clothes in the washing machine. I'm going to put them in on hot with just a little bit of laundry detergent. I only use half anyway. Whatever they call for, I always use half. And we'll see what happens. Why is nothing ever easy? So I think I told you our whole house filter water dispenser thing was leaking. Doug took it off, couldn't fix it, went out to buy a new one, cannot get a new one. So he has to put it back on so we can turn on the cold water, and we have to see if we can order a new one off of Amazon or somewhere. But nothing is ever easy. But on the plus side, while he was at Lowe's, he picked up a new light for the kitchen. This light for the kitchen, hopefully I'll like it when it goes up, matches the dining room light. It's just a different shape. So I am excited about that, and I'm not sure when he'll get, that up, but I'm excited. And I got a lot of little things done today, so that was good. And I'm still doing a lot of little things because I can't get to the kitchen sink. Okay, let's cook dinner together. How's that sound? Because Doug is working putting up the light, so I'm going to try to set up the tripod and record this. So we are going to be making, what are we having for dinner? Chicken mushroom stroganoff. Oh, I forgot the mushrooms. Okay, they're down in the downstairs fridge. So we need some light butter. We need some Dijon mustard. We need some smoked paprika. We need black pepper, regular paprika. We need some salt, some minced garlic. The recipe calls for fat-free sour cream. That's what keeps the points so low. I don't have any, so I'm going to use light. But for purposes of this video, we're going to pretend it's fat-free because that's the way it's written on my website. I'll adjust the points accordingly for myself, but let's pretend this is fat-free. We need some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. We need a shallot, which I didn't have. I forgot to buy, so I just chopped up a little bit of onion. And I have 4 chicken breasts cut into pieces. We are going to serve it over egg noodles. And of course, I have the whole grain because I am on purple and they are 0. You also need 8 ounces of fresh mushrooms sliced. So I will go and get those out of the other refrigerator and we will get this party started. The first thing we need to do is season our chicken. And to do that, we're just going to do it right in the bowl. 1 teaspoon of paprika, regular paprika. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of the smoked paprika. Quarter teaspoon of black pepper. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm just going to use my hands, but you can use whatever you want, a spoon, a bag, anything, just to kind of make sure all the chicken gets a little bit of the seasoning on it. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm just going to go wash my hands, and we're going to get everything cooking. In our skillet, I have 1 tablespoon of light butter, melt it, and I'm just going to add in our 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms to that. Give them a good stir. I'm just going to season them a little bit with a little bit of salt. little bit of pepper. And then we're gonna let them cook about 5 minutes until they're nice and sauteed and brown. Okay, our mushrooms are all done. So I am just gonna take them and put them in a bowl. Now I kind of wish I'd done a whole pound of mushrooms because we love mushrooms. And 8 ounces just doesn't look like a lot. You know what? I think I'm going to. I think I'm gonna cook some more mushrooms. Because you know this is how I roll around here. So I'm not even gonna bother showing you because you just saw me do it. I'm gonna go cook these mushrooms, then we'll take care of the chicken. Second round of mushrooms is done. So now I'm gonna put in the 2nd tablespoon of butter right into the pan. Not gonna clean it out. And we're gonna start cooking the chicken. And just an update on the light that Doug was installing. We're not keeping it. I don't like it. It has 2 chains on it. It's supposed to hang straight down. But our builder, don't even get me started on him, didn't really put the light in the right spot. So we have to like swing the chain over and use a hook, and it looks silly with the 2 chains. So we're going to take it back, and I think we're going to get the same light we had in the dining room because that only has 1 chain. Okay, the butter's melted, so we are going to just put the chicken in. I may have to do this in 2 batches. We are going to cook the chicken for about 4 minutes on each side to start. And then we're going to add in our shallot, which in my case it's an onion. Yeah, I'm going to do this in 2 batches. I like it to get nice and cooked. I don't like it to steam. And sometimes when you overcrowd a pan, it steams more than it cooks, or sautés, or browns, or however you want to say it. So I'm going to let this go for about 4 minutes. Flip it over, cook the other side for 4 minutes, take it out, and then do the rest of the chicken. So I added all the chicken back into the skillet. You can hear it sizzling away. Now I'm going to add in the onion that's supposed to be a shallot. We are not big onion people, so I did not use very much. I'm just going to let that cook for a couple minutes. Lots of good stuff on the bottom of this pan. It's going to make for some delicious flavor. I'm going to turn that down. I'm going to let the onion cook for about 2 minutes. Then I'm going to add in the garlic and the rest of the ingredients. So here we go, the home stretch. I'm going to add in some garlic. I don't measure. Stir that around. Just for a quick 30 seconds on the garlic because you don't want it to burn. And at this point, I have my pan turned down pretty low. We're going to add the mushrooms back in. And then we're going to add in our sauce. So I've got 1 cup of the sour cream. And half a cup of the non-fat Greek yogurt. And a teaspoon of Dijon, which didn't get measured because I had it upside down and yeah. So we're just going to get this all mixed in and heat it through. Oh my, that looks luscious. I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna let it simmer on low for 5 minutes to get it all heated through, let the flavors meld a little bit, get my noodles cooking, and we'll get this plated up and we will finally eat dinner. Okay, unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to the chicken on the stove and it boiled, so the sauce broke, which does not make me happy. You can see it, the broken sauce there, but live and learn, pay more attention. It's still delicious, so it's okay. But, you know, if I was on MasterChef, I would have gotten kicked off. So the total here is 1,086 grams. So I'm gonna divide that by 4, and that is how I am gonna portion out my part of it. If I use the fat-free sour cream, this would be 2 points per serving on blue and purple and 4 on green. But because I use the light, it bumped it up to 4 points per serving on blue and purple and 6 points on green. So still not horrible. And yeah, that's it. So I am going to portion this out and I'll show you what it looks like plated up, and then we'll get on with our night. Here it is plated up. I have 1 cup of the whole wheat egg noodles, and it was like 270 grams or something like that of the chicken mixture. It looks delicious. And I forgot to make a vegetable. We were gonna have a salad. Doug didn't feel like a salad, and I was gonna make broccoli or something, and I forgot. So we're going vegetable-less tonight because it's that kind of day. So the moment of truth. Let's see. Let's grab a couple things. This, for one, I know, even coming out of the dryer before, it was stinky. This is one of my favorite workout shirts. So I'm gonna give it the smell test. Wow. It actually smells clean. And oh my gosh, they just feel clean. This is another one that is always stinky. Totally clean. And they just, I can't even describe how they feel. They just feel clean. I know that sounds crazy, but wow, I'm sold. So I'm not sure how often I should do this, but I'm going to do it at least every 6 months. That's for sure. Next up is going to be my sheets and towels. Well, my friends, that was an adventurous day with the under the sink issues and the lighting issues and doing that laundry stripping. But it was a good day. And I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to film tomorrow. I've had a lot of people ask me for a Fly Lady routine. You know, I mentioned Fly Lady. My Fly Lady routine. So I'm going to film tomorrow my full day routine from the time I get up to the time I go to bed. And I'm even going to finally talk about what I do for a living. I know some of you know, but the majority don't, because I've always kind of kept it private for safety and security issues, but I feel confident and okay talking about it now. So I will talk about that tomorrow because that's part of my routine. But the video will not go up probably until Tuesday because the video is sponsored by New Air. They sent me an indoor-outdoor fan to try out, and I plan on using it in my treadmill workout area. So I just need to show you guys that fan. So what better way than a full day of my routines, because I will be running in the morning. So I will show you that fan tomorrow for about a minute, and they need to see the video before I make it public. Just to make sure, I guess I don't say anything I'm not supposed to. So that probably will not go up until Tuesday or Wednesday. And normally I don't record on Tuesday anyway, because I don't. So anyway, these are the printables I ended up making today for my daily routine. I have my morning routine, my evening routine, my daily focus, just things I do certain days of the week, and then my zone cleanings. And I have one different one. Oh, and on the back, I have my weekly cleaning that I do either on a Friday night or Saturday morning, depending on the week. And I have one for each week. I have zone 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have a different one for each week. I just use one a week. But I'll talk more about that in my video tomorrow. And I will make these available on my website. I just have to, it takes me a little bit of time to do that because they have to be converted and stuff like that and then upload it. So when I have a little bit of time this week, I will get those up. And I think what I will probably do, I will probably put them up as is, but then maybe take out what I have. Like, you know, I have run, dress, swish, swipe, start laundry, dishes, thaw dinner. Like, I have things that are specific to me and my daily routine and my needs. So maybe I'll just take those all out and just put like blank lines and you can write in your own. Same with the daily focus. Like maybe I'll take out all the words. I'll put this up and then maybe I'll take out all the words and, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'll do it. That's another reason it's going to take me a little bit of time. Yeah, same with the weekly cleaning. Because not everybody has, you know, a dining room, a family room. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure something out. Give me any suggestions you have, and we'll try that. So, thank you for watching. I hope my laundry stripping did not gross you out too much. But let me tell you, if you try it or if you've ever done it, please let me know in the comments below how yours was. I mean, I think I picked the grossest clothes we own to do this with because they're workout clothes. They're going to be gross. So I'm anxious to see the sheets and towels. Have a fantastic night. And like I said, I probably won't see you for a couple days. Yeah, I probably won't. So maybe I'll do a full day of eating tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see what life brings. No, I can't do 2 at one time. I'll screw that all up. I'll be back in a couple days. Have a fantastic evening and a fantastic tomorrow. And don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, all the good stuff. And let me know, seriously, about the laundry stripping if you've ever done it before. Talk to you later.